Welcome to Vorldrevolution. Dear friends, today we will summarize the book Rich Dad, Poor Dad: What the Rich Teach Their Kids About Money by Robert Kiyosaki. Do not skip the end of topic to share finance application and step to Duda from the book. Introduction. In Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki, the overview section introduces the core concepts and sets the stage for the lessons that follow. The book is a personal finance classic that contrasts the financial philosophies of two father figures in Kiyosaki's life, his biological father, the poor dad, and the father of his best friend, the rich dad. These two men shaped Kiyosaki's understanding of money and investing in profoundly different ways. Overview. Kiyosaki's poor dad was a highly educated man with a stable job, who believed in the traditional path of working hard, getting a good education, and securing a well-paying job. Despite his education and steady income, he struggled financially and often found himself in debt. He viewed money as something to be earned through hard work and saw job security as the ultimate goal. In contrast, Kiyosaki's rich dad was a successful entrepreneur with a different approach to money. He believed in financial education, investing, and making money work for you. Rich Dad taught Kiyosaki that wealth is not about how much money you make, but how much money you keep and how effectively you make it grow. He emphasized the importance of acquiring assets that generate income rather than liabilities that drain resources. The book's central theme is the difference between these two mindsets. Kiyosaki uses his experiences with both father figures to illustrate key financial principles and to challenge conventional beliefs about money. He argues that financial literacy and independence are crucial for building wealth and achieving financial freedom. Examples. 1. The rich don't work for money. Rich Dad taught Kiyosaki that the rich don't work for money, instead, they make money work for them. For example, instead of working long hours for a paycheck, Rich Dad invested in businesses and real estate that generated passive income. This allowed him to build wealth without being tied to a job. 2. Assets versus liabilities. One of the most important lessons from Rich Dad was understanding the difference between assets and liabilities. An asset is something that puts money in your pocket, such as rental properties or stocks. A liability, on the other hand, takes money out of your pocket, like a mortgage or car loan. For instance, while many people consider their home an asset, Kiyosaki argues that it is actually a liability unless it generates income. 3. The importance of financial education. Rich Dad emphasized the need for continuous financial education. He believed that understanding how money works and how to invest wisely is more important than formal education. For example, he encouraged Kiyosaki to read books on investing, attend seminars, and learn from successful entrepreneurs. 4. Mind your own business. Rich Dad advised Kiyosaki to focus on building his own business and acquiring assets, rather than working for someone else. For example, Kiyosaki started his own companies and invested in real estate, which allowed him to achieve financial independence. 5. The power of corporations. Rich Dad taught Kiyosaki about the advantages of owning corporations. By doing so, he could take advantage of tax benefits and protect his personal assets. For instance, Kiyosaki learned to use corporations to invest in real estate and other ventures, reducing his tax burden and increasing his wealth. In summary, Rich Dad, Poor Dad provides a compelling narrative that contrasts two different approaches to money and life. Through the lessons of his rich dad, Kiyosaki encourages readers to rethink their financial strategies, focus on acquiring assets, and continuously educate themselves about money. These principles are illustrated through practical examples that highlight the importance of financial literacy and independence. Lesson 1. Rich people don't work for money. Poor Dad was a teacher. He made decent money but usually struggled to pay his bills. He claimed not to care about money, saying that he enjoyed teaching and that was enough. Poor Dad was insistent that a good education and a great job are the keys to success. Rich Dad did not have an education, but he ran several successful companies around town. He believed that rich people make money work for them, while everyone else works for money. Rich Dad explained that most people are motivated by fear and desire. They fear not having enough or running out of money, and that fear motivates them to get a job and keep going back. When they get their paycheck, their desire kicks in as they imagine all of the things money can buy. Once they have spent their money, they feel the fear once again. And the cycle continues while people become wage slaves, always dependent on a boss in a never-ending rat race. Fear and desire are emotions that can rule our lives. We can react to these emotions, or we can pause and think about our options. When you live your life according to emotional reactions to fear and desire, all you look for is a paycheck. Since that is all you look for, that's all you will ever see. Rich Dad wanted to see other opportunities to let money work for him, not the other way around. Lesson 2: Why teach financial literacy? Wealth is not about how much money you make. It's about how much of that money you get to keep, and you can't understand how to keep your money without financial literacy. Poor Dad focused on a typical education, while Rich Dad prioritized a financial education. The foundation of your financial literacy is learning the difference between an asset and a liability, something most poor or middle-class individuals do not understand. The rich accumulate assets, which put money in their pockets. Everyone else acquires liabilities, which take money out of their pockets. Many people fall into a cycle of building liabilities without even realizing it. Homeownership is a great example. Many young couples assume that a home is a great asset, so they buy one and then fill it with things, increasing their expenses. If they get more money through a promotion or an inheritance, they immediately buy a bigger home and begin the cycle all over again. Their home isn't providing money, it's costing money. Thus, it's a liability. This doesn't mean that buying a home is bad, it simply illustrates a major misunderstanding about financial literacy. The poor and middle class rely on an income solely through their salaries, and their expenses generally rise in proportion to their income. This creates the never-ending rat race of struggle and dependence. When a financially literate person wants to buy a home, they first buy assets that can pay for that home. Their salary isn't a factor. Once you increase your financial literacy by understanding the difference between a liability and an asset, you will start to focus on acquiring assets instead of chasing a bigger salary. The money you make from your assets can buy all that you need, and anything left over can be reinvested into even more assets. Lesson 3: Mind your own business. Most people spend their lives working to make someone else rich. When your job is your only source of income, you are dependent on others and risk losing everything should things go south. Downsizing and recession are terrifying to most of the population because they work for someone else's business. Poor Dad thought the road to success was working hard for someone else, but Rich Dad believed in minding his own business. Becoming wealthy requires that you mind your own business, instead of someone else's. Your business is your assets, not your salary. This doesn't mean you should rush out and quit your job, but it does mean that you should begin buying real assets and continually growing them. If you want to become financially secure, reduce your expenses and liabilities while building your assets. In short, do the exact opposite of what most middle-class citizens do. For example, you could begin gathering real estate assets and receive passive income from rent payments. This way, you aren't dependent on a boss or a company for your income. Assets come in many different forms, from real estate to stocks to company ownership, but only if said company can operate without you, otherwise it's just work. Not every asset is right for every person. You will take better care of something you truly enjoy, so figure out which assets fit your personality and focus on those. You can keep being a great employee, but mind your own business as well. Lesson 4: The history of taxes and the power of corporation. Poor Dad knew a lot about history, but Rich Dad knew the history of taxes. Americans were originally anti-tax, but they eventually changed their tune. The idea was similar to Robin Hood: the rich would be taxed to support the poor. But the government soon needed more and more money, so the tax laws trickled down to the people who would suffer the most. Now, taxes are a burden on the middle class but not on the rich, because they have found their way around taxes. When individual employees work, they have taxes taken out of their paychecks and then receive whatever is left over. Corporations, on the other hand, spend what they want on their pre-tax earnings, and then are taxed on whatever they did not spend. The rich discovered this loophole and began forming corporations to hold their money. What many people don't realize is that corporations aren't necessarily big companies with employees and giant buildings, they are simply folders with a few legal documents. Having financial knowledge allowed the rich to find this loophole in the system, making them even more rich. Meanwhile, the financially illiterate middle class are forced to get by with whatever is left over after the government takes their portion. There are plenty of other loopholes that increase the wealth of whomever has the financial education to take advantage of them. Rich Dad believed that the longer and harder you work as an employee, the more you are losing to the government. As a young man, he used his corporate salary to buy more and more assets, and he created a corporation to hold those assets. Soon, Rich Dad was paying for the things he needed and wanted with his pre-tax corporation earnings, while his taxed salary was reinvested into more assets. Meanwhile, poor Dad struggled to make ends meet on the little he had left over after taxes. Lesson 5: The rich invest money. Throughout our lives we are told to work hard and save some of our money. This is certainly what poor Dad advised. But Rich Dad had other ideas. Rich Dad knew that simply working your whole life and setting aside a bit of money was missing out. In a fast-changing world, new opportunities to make money are popping up every single day. And, unlike in the past, we can now make money simply by our intellect and ideas. Rich Dad advises financial literacy in order to notice, understand, and take advantage of all these opportunities. Instead of simply making money, financial intelligence allows us to invent money. The pillars of financial intelligence are accounting, investing, marketing, and the law. Knowledge of these pillars is what allows the rich to take advantage of tax loopholes like forming corporations. It is also what allowed Rich Dad to increase his wealth through unique opportunities that most miss out on because they are so focused on working hard and saving a little bit. For example, while most people are focused on saving money during depressed housing markets, the financially literate notice the opportunity and buy real estate at bargain prices. Accomplishing something like this requires knowledge, and many people would simply rather plug away at their jobs than expand their minds and grab new opportunities. Knowledge is power, and it is through financial knowledge that the rich invent money. Lesson 6: Work to learn, don't work for money. Poor Dad spent his life specializing in a single field, but Rich Dad knew that specializing limits options. It may earn more money in the short term, but often it leaves you vulnerable when the market changes or the world evolves. Poor Dad spent his life getting more degrees in the same expertise, always chasing promotions that inevitably weren't enough. Eventually his career went south, and he was forced to scramble for something else. His options were limited because he had spent so much time focusing on one single skill. Rich Dad sought new roles every time he mastered his previous one. His goal was to learn to manage a few key areas that are vital for financial success: cash flow, systems, and people. Some of the roles didn't offer a lot of money, but the knowledge he gained provided the long-term success he wanted. Rich Dad valued jobs for what you learn, not what you earn. There are countless brilliant and talented people in the world who will continue to struggle because they don't know anything outside their specialty. Often, all these people need is some knowledge of marketing or communications, but most of them view these extraneous subjects as a waste of time. Instead of learning a lot about one subject, learn a little about a lot of subjects. Work to learn and you will have the skills for financial success. Overcoming obstacles. If you gain the necessary knowledge to be financially literate, there are still some roadblocks you may face. These obstacles often keep educated people from ever becoming wealthy. The first is fear. Most people fear losing their money, rich people included. The difference between the rich and poor is not fear but what they choose to do with that fear. You can play it safe or you can take big risks. You can let failures defeat you or let them teach and inspire you. Financial winners use their failures to inspire more wins, and this makes them unafraid of losing. The next is cynicism. There will always be doubts, both in our minds and from the people around us. Those who are too afraid to take their own risks are more than happy to tell you not to take yours. But the wealthy overcome that cynicism. When everyone else is talking doom and gloom, they are taking advantage of depressed markets through excellent deals. Don't criticize, analyze. Another obstacle is laziness. This doesn't necessarily look like sitting on the couch all day and refusing to get a job. Often, the laziest people are very busy because they know this excuses them from making the effort in other areas. Poor people often claim, "I can't afford it," which gives their minds an excuse to shut off. Instead of shutting down, they could ask, "How can I afford this?" and get their minds working on a solution. The last obstacle is arrogance. According to Rich Dad, what we don't know loses us money, and arrogance is the assumption that what we don't know isn't important. This means that when you are arrogant, you will lose. Fight ignorance and arrogance by actively seeking to educate yourself on the topics you don't understand. Getting started. If you want to learn how to free yourself of the rat race, there are some steps you can take on the road to wealth and independence. First, find a motivation bigger than yourself. The road to wealth isn't always easy, but if you have a personal, emotional reason for wanting to succeed, you will stay strong during the hard times. Next, reinforce your goals every day by remembering your motivation and speaking positively to yourself. Affirm your ability to find financial freedom. Choose your friends wisely. Cynical and fearful friends will start to drain your courage and motivation, but brave, financially intelligent friends will inspire you. You'll also have the opportunity to exchange ideas, and they will motivate you to always keep learning, an essential aspect of remaining successful. Most people pay all of their bills and creditors, leaving themselves with whatever is measly amount is left. But Rich Dad paid himself first. If there wasn't enough to go around, the pressure from his obligations inspired him to work harder or find creative ways to increase his income. Adopting this policy also forces you to think long and hard about the liabilities you're willing to take on. Use assets, rather than debt, to fund luxuries. Most people go out and get a loan when they want a bigger house or a new car, but this increases their liabilities and makes them desperately dependent on the rat race. Build up your assets and reward yourself with luxuries paid for by those assets. Finally, seek out a financial hero, or several. You may know them personally or simply read their books and watch their speeches. Financial heroes can educate and motivate you to accomplish your goals. Conclusion. Poor Dad thought a college degree, a good job, and hard work were the keys to success. Rich Dad valued education, but he believed that a good education included a financial education. Poor Dad spent his life working for earned income and encouraged others to do the same. Rich Dad understood that earned income is only one avenue, and that passive income and investment portfolios are the real keys to financial independence. Having your money work for you means building passive income. Most people believe that it takes money to make money, but the truth is that money is just a concept. To make it, you only need your mind. One small idea can turn into something life-changing. Today, financial literacy is vital not just for success but for survival. Do everything you can to educate yourself through books, classes, conferences, and mentors. Your greatest gifts are your mind and your time. Use them wisely. Educate yourself, acquire assets, and build a wealthy future. In Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki, the author provides practical applications and actionable steps to help readers achieve financial independence and build wealth. Here are some key applications and how to implement them. 1. Investing in real estate ***. Application ***. Kiyosaki emphasizes the importance of investing in real estate as a means to generate passive income and build wealth. He shares his own experiences of purchasing rental properties that provide a steady stream of income. How to do it ***. Research the market ***. Start by learning about the real estate market in your area. Look for properties in locations with high rental demand and potential for appreciation. Calculate cash flow ***. Ensure that the rental income from the property will cover all expenses, including mortgage payments, property taxes, insurance, and maintenance. Aim for positive cash flow, where the income exceeds the expenses. Secure financing ***. Explore different financing options, such as mortgages, To fund your real estate investments. Consider working with a financial advisor to find the best terms. Manage the property *. Either manage the property yourself or hire a property management company to handle tenant relations, maintenance, and rent collection. 2. Starting a business *. Application *. Kiyosaki encourages readers to start their own businesses to create additional income streams and achieve financial independence. He shares his own entrepreneurial journey and the benefits of owning a business. How to do it *. Identify a niche *. Find a market need or a problem that you can solve with your business idea. Conduct market research to validate your concept. Create a business plan *. Outline your business goals, target market, revenue model, and marketing strategy. A solid business plan will guide your efforts and attract potential investors. Secure funding *. Determine how much capital you need to start your business. Explore funding options such as personal savings, loans, or investors. Launch and market *. Start your business and promote it through various channels, such as social media, online advertising, and networking. Focus on providing value to your customers and building a strong brand. 3. Financial literacy *. Application *. Kiyosaki stresses the importance of continuous financial education. He believes that understanding how money works and how to invest wisely is crucial for building wealth. How to do it *. Read books *. Invest time in reading books on personal finance, investing, and entrepreneurship. Some recommended titles include The Intelligent Investor by Benjamin Graham and Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Attend seminars *. Participate in financial seminars and workshops to learn from experts and network with like-minded individuals. Seek mentorship *. Find mentors who have achieved financial success and can provide guidance and advice. Learn from their experiences and apply their insights to your own financial journey. 4. Understanding assets and liabilities *. Application *. Kiyosaki teaches readers to focus on acquiring assets that generate income and to be cautious about accumulating liabilities that drain their finances. How to do it *. Identify assets *. Look for opportunities to invest in assets such as stocks, bonds, real estate, and businesses. These investments should generate passive income and appreciate in value over time. Minimize liabilities *. Be mindful of expenses that do not generate income, such as consumer debt and luxury purchases. Prioritize paying off high-interest debt and avoid unnecessary liabilities. Track your finances *. Use financial tools and apps to monitor your income, expenses, and investments. Regularly review your financial statements to ensure you are on track to achieve your goals. 5. Leveraging tax strategies *. Application *. Kiyosaki highlights the benefits of understanding and utilizing tax laws to minimize tax liability and protect personal assets. How to do it *. Incorporate your business *. Consider forming a corporation or LLC to take advantage of tax benefits and protect your personal assets. Consult with a tax professional to determine the best structure for your business. Maximize deductions *. Keep detailed records of business expenses and take advantage of all available tax deductions. This can include expenses related to home office, travel, and equipment. Plan for taxes *. Work with a tax advisor to develop a tax strategy that aligns with your financial goals. This can include strategies for deferring income, investing in tax-advantaged accounts, and planning for retirement. In summary, Rich Dad, Poor Dad provides practical applications and actionable steps to help readers achieve financial independence and build wealth. By investing in real estate, starting a business, continuously educating themselves, understanding assets and liabilities, and leveraging tax strategies, readers can work towards financial freedom and a more secure future. Thank you for listening. I hope this content is useful to you. If you like this kind of content, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel to support our team.